I think people will really start doubting my profession after listening to today's video or even the topic. I mean, what kind of HR suggests job hopping? Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to tell you why it's actually helpful to job hop and how to do it right, and what are the things that you need to take care while you are planning to job hop.
Before that, I want to mention that all the links of my services that I provide are always mentioned in the description box of my videos. Please refrain from clicking on any link which is found on some random comment. Please do not fall for all those scams. And I do not take 101 call consultations. I do not take. I'm a full-time working professional. I work as a HR professional with a company full-time. I just provide services via text where you can consult me. You can send me your query via text on my profile page of TopMate, link of which is in my description box. And I do have a HR course where I teach everything about HR in a layman language so that a beginner can also understand. If that is something that interests you, you can check the link only in the description box of my videos or the comment that I pin myself in my videos. Other than that, please do not fall for any scam link.
Starting with a very straightforward point, and I'm sure most of you would agree with this, and that is higher earning potential. Yes, it's true that when you job hop, you actually have higher earning potential and you will end up earning much more in comparison to somebody who is really stable for so many years in a single company. That is the truth. Yes, for sure, there are exceptions. There are people who grow well in one single company. They get good hikes every year, or maybe every few years they get a miraculous hike. That's a different story, and that is not applicable to most of us. So I would say yes, that frequent job changes will earn you much more money than you can ever get in by staying in a single company. Another very interesting benefit that you get is faster skill development. Now, when you stay in a single job, that means you're staying in the same company, you're staying in the same industry. So there is hardly any different flavors that you're getting when it comes to learning and trying your hands on. While on the other hand, when you switch your jobs frequently, by frequently I do not mean every 6 months, but we'll talk about that also, what is the optimum time, but definitely changing your jobs often will give you faster skill development because you'll get exposure to different projects, different industry, different companies, different ways of working, different tools that each company use, because not all companies use the same software, same tools. So you'll get hands-on experience of working on so many tools that your portfolio will become really rich. And then if somebody tries to compare a tool portfolio, a system portfolio, or a technology portfolio of a person who has stayed within one company for entire 10 years and another person who has done like 4 companies in those 10 years, that person will definitely have more weightage, more rich profile than the person who has stayed with one single company. Another very obvious benefit is that you grow your network. Obviously, the more companies you work in, you get to meet more people, you get to make more friends, you get to meet or find new mentors for yourself. You never know with whom you get well, and the person can guide you on the right career path. So that happens when you explore outside opportunity. That unfortunately do not happen when you stay within the same company, because people remain same, technologies remain same, work remains same. How much you can grow your network? I mean, even if you are in a company which is global and huge, there will be very limited opportunities that the company will give you to work on different kind of projects, to send you on site, or to send you in networking events, because they have to fulfill that need for other employees as well. So in 10 years max, say for example 10 times or maybe 20 times, that's something I think I'm exaggerating, but you get the point, that they have to kind of equally divide the opportunities among other employees as well. Even if they have the opportunities, no single employee will get them all. So it will be divided. And next incredible benefit of job hopping is that you get career clarity. I mean, when you're open for opportunities, you change frequently, you get to experiment with different kind of jobs, industries, projects, and you can finally then decide or come to a point where you realize that, oh, that is something that I enjoyed the most in the last 10 years. Because by then you would have experimented with so many projects, so many industries, that you can pick and choose the one that resonates the best with you. Unlike the other person who has stayed in one single company for entire 10 years, that person doesn't even know if there is something else he or she can like or can resonate with or will enjoy working on. They kind of get comfortable with that single company project or idea, and then it actually gets difficult for them to move out of the company because they have stayed for so long. Now it has become a safety cocoon for them, so getting out of that company becomes even more difficult with the passage of time. So you see how it's benefiting you in terms of knowing what you actually want in your career, knowing what is something that works so well, that interests you so much that you can spend the next 10 years doing that very thing. Then you can decide if you want to stay forever in that one single technology, one single company, one single industry, because you have already explored so many other avenues that now you can decide wisely. Now let's discuss how to do your job hopping well. I mean, you can't just jump aimlessly from one job to another. There is a way to do it well so that all the benefits that I just told you, you actually end up getting them. Otherwise, you are going to mess up with your career. So pay really close attention and understand what you need to keep in mind when you are doing job hopping. Number one thing is knowing your goals. You should be very clear why you are leaving your current job and why you are moving to the next one. It cannot be simply because you watched the corporate diaries video the other day and now you feel like it's enough time and you should jump to another job. That is not the right way to do it. You should know your why very clearly. You should know your reason. Is the project you're working on coming to an end and your manager is trying to deploy you on a project which doesn't sound really good to you, or doesn't sound interesting to you, or is not aligning with your values, or there's something off about that? So your why should be very clear. And then why you are moving to the next job that you're moving, what is the reason why you are picking that job? So your whys should be very clear. Next thing that you must do is research about the companies. I mean, you cannot just jump anywhere or just go to any company thinking, anyway, I have to leave every 2 years, so it doesn't matter which company I jump onto. That is a very dangerous thing to do if you are doing that. Always research about the companies. You want to get into a company which will fulfill your goal, which will fulfill your why that we just discussed in the first point. If the other company is actually in the technology that you want to work in, is actually in the industry that you want to work in, or is actually offering remote work that you really want. So researching about the companies is really very important step, and you must pick the companies which align with your values and with your aspirations. There are companies which welcome people with frequent switches, and there are companies who simply do not even entertain the resume itself. The moment they look at the resume in which the person has switched job every 3 years, they'll be like, we do not want such kind of person. And there are companies which are fine with it. So you have to take a very conscious decision there, that what kind of values you want to associate with, so that tomorrow you do not face any challenge when you are executing your plan of frequent switches. Next point, third point, is leverage your network. Now, when it comes to switching frequently, it gets very difficult to explain in the outside market to a very strange recruiter who already have this belief that people who switch every 2-3 years aren't good enough. So in such a scenario, if you want to have a good success rate, it's very important that you leverage your network. You let your connections know that you're exploring the opportunities, the reason why you're exploring, and the kind of projects that you are interested in, so that they can refer you at the right time, at the right moment, and on the right project, so that you can move strategically rather than just aimlessly hitting apply everywhere where there is an open position. Next very important point, that you have to tailor your resume positively. Your resume, when you job hop, can come across as a very negative profile if you do not do it well. You have to highlight in your resume that how adaptable you are with the new opportunities. You do not fear change. You are open for change, for new opportunities. You are always eager to explore and learn. And mind you guys, a lot of companies value this skill set because not everybody is comfortable with change and new opportunities. Most of the employees do not like that change. They want to be in their comfort zone. Even if the next project is much better than them, it's just that they feel, oh, it's something new. I don't know what is coming my way, so it's better I stay in the project. So most of the employees fear that change. So you have to take advantage of that skill, and you have to project your skill set of openness to change in your resume, so that you come across as a very adaptive and open for opportunities kind of person. Because honestly guys, recruiters, HRs, managers, companies will focus on what you try to showcase in your resume, in your interviews. If you try to showcase that you're a job hopper, they'll see that only. If you try to showcase your adaptability, your openness to new challenges, they will see that. So it's your choice what you want to project your personality as. And the next point in the list is be prepared to explain. Now, most of the people have this tendency that they want to switch if given a choice, but in interviews, they explain it very awkwardly. I mean, they are not comfortable explaining why they are switching so frequently. And why this happens is because internally they themselves think negatively about it. And that reflects on their face, on their body language, and then they are not able to explain it well. And that creates a very bad image, because if you yourself are not confident about what you're doing, then how can you expect the other person to buy into your confidence? I mean, come on, they can see on your face. At least I can see. I've interviewed so many people. When the question is asked about the change, they are not very comfortable. So be prepared, be mentally and emotionally prepared. There's nothing wrong that you are doing. It's just that you have to present it well. If you know your reasons well, the first point that we discussed, that know your why, if you know your reasons well, you do not have to worry. Then you will be able to explain them well. So all these points are tied together. So make sure that you are prepared enough and be confident in your approach. You are doing nothing wrong. Everybody has a right to plan their career well, to optimize their growth well, and to ensure that they grow maximally. And now in the final chapter, I want to address some very frequently asked questions that I get about job hopping. And the number one is, will companies or employers see me as a very unstable employee? So the answer to this is, guys, no. If you're strategic enough, if you know your whys, and if you can project your value additions in each company, then there is no chance that they will see you as an unstable employee. Because now when it comes to stability, even companies know. I mean, they do not expect like 5, 10, 15, 20 years of tenure from you. So you'll not come across as an unstable employee unless you are describing yourself as an unstable one. You have to make sure that you highlight your positives, the value adds, your whys, your reasons, and you are good to go. And the next concern most people have is, what about the job security? Guys, that anyways doesn't exist. In today's time, what is job security? I mean, I don't think this term even exists now. Whether you are a permanent employee or a contract employee, whatever kind of employee you are, there is no security of any kind of job. Company can lay you off any moment, any time. If the project that you're deployed on is going away, they will not even think twice. So job security is an illusion for everybody. So do not even try to aim for it. So do not even waste your time thinking about it. It doesn't exist. Next common concern is that, how do I handle references, as in who will refer me? If people know that I job hop very frequently, nobody would want to refer me. That's not the case. If you maintain very strong relationship with your past managers, your colleagues, they will definitely would want to get you back if you have worked well on the project where you worked with them together. If you worked as if you are trying to escape and you left after putting them in some trouble, then obviously nobody would want you. But if you have worked well, you have showcased your skill set, and while leaving as well, you made sure that you did your job well, you went that extra mile to make sure that once you leave, nothing is falling apart. So if you have done that kind of work and you're good at your work, then it doesn't matter how frequently you are jumping. Those people will definitely recommend you, would want you back, and they definitely are not thinking about, oh, we shouldn't hire the person because the person will leave in another 2-3 years. I mean, they themselves are not sure about the next 2-3 years of them working in the company. So forget about it. So guys, with that, we came to the end of this video. I really hope you liked the topic of the discussion, and I really want you to leave your preferences in the comment section about the topics, discussions that you want to hear me, you want me to have on this channel, so that I can create the videos that you really want to hear from me. And with that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries, and I will see you in my next one. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.